Hello and welcome to Season 4 of The Journey with Kirsty and Simon, a journey that really has only just begun. It's a podcast that gives us the opportunity to bump our gums and talk about our life and how we go about running our mountain B&B, always in our own fun, unique and irreverent way. Thank you for joining us and welcome on board.
You've taken off the nice tablecloth for this shit one.
Well, it doesn't matter. I think it's
Hurts
in the wash.
my eyes.
I think it's in the wash.
Okay. Ready?
Are we likely to get any
Steady.
Interruptions from...
Where's the boy? Oh, he's down there.
Yeah, he's chilling.
Right.
Any interruptions from your family today?
I will turn it off. They haven't had my good morning messages. They're turned off.
Has Jamie rung this morning?
No.
Oh.
But I have just stalked him a little bit and he has been to the gym. So it's okay.
Fair enough. Just
Best app in the world for any mums out there. Life 360. And...
why let Google track it when you can have an app do all it for you?
Absolutely. I know how his speed. I know he's been home since 3 minutes past 12. And before that, his top speed, he done a 2-mile trip at 10:15. It's great, isn't it? He's been to work. Yep. Don't tell him.
Well, he'll know if he listens.
Yesterday at 15:53, he done a 1-mile trip and his top speed was 22 miles an hour.
Well, I'm very impressed it was only 22 miles an hour. What was he in, reverse?
2 events. Don't know. You could actually have phone usage, hard braking. I'm just saying, Life 360. Get it.
That's exciting for people, isn't it?
It is. If you was a mum, you don't know how much.
Other stalking apps are available.
You don't know, he doesn't have to be on it. He's on there by choice.
Of course.
He offered to go on it. He downloaded it onto my phone for me. So I stopped worrying about him.
Yes, well, we won't go into the details for that. But, welcome, everybody.
You don't have to go into the details. It's
What
my little
episode is
feral
this?
one. This is episode 7. But I've got it down as number 8.
But it's not, it's 7.
It's number 7.
It is 7, definitely 7.
But we're not going to do number 7 because I had a better idea. So it's down as number 8.
Will we revisit 7?
Maybe,
Even
possibly.
though this is 7 and not 8?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. And it's because of something that happened yesterday. Although today, we have to say, exciting day today. Go out on the telly tonight, don't we?
But yeah, that's the big news of today.
Woo.
Recording this, everyone who watches New Life in the Sun will know what today is and when we're recording this.
Yeah, it's what we've
we go
worked
out
for.
tonight,
And I thought about it. Is it what we've worked for 3 years or 1 year?
I must apologise for my jumper. It's a little dirty. It's the same one as
A
yesterday.
little dirty, a touch dirty.
It's a trifle dirty.
All right, upstairs. You've worn that jumper for a week. Why are you apologising now?
No, this is only 2 days. My other jumper was the 4 days before that.
It's cold up here.
How, in terms of mindfulness and mental health, how are you feeling about going out on the telly?
How am I feeling? It's a good question, and I know you're baiting me, to be honest. You bugger. I had a bit of a wobble, didn't I? I didn't get out of bed for a couple of days. Which is it's okay not to be okay. I had enough of everything.
You're doing yourself a bit of a disservice. You did get out of bed. It wasn't that you just literally stayed in bed for 2
only
days.
for food.
It was really only a 24-hour period.
Yeah, it's one of them. Everything. Couldn't see.
And to be fair,
couldn't see the wood for the trees.
There was an ulterior motive. It was very warm and toasty in bed. So
Absolutely.
It was,
got electric blanket. I did decide.
Very, very cold out. Spain, especially Spain, is having a very cold snap at the moment.
I know. What's the big news? Made our day, didn't it?
I know. We were frolicking in the snow.
Oh, you were not.
I don't think you set foot in it. I was.
Oh my God, it hurt. It was so cold. The temperature just went woof. But the funny thing is it was absolutely fine outside. Blue sunny day like it is now. But it's that sharp, crispy day. Lovely. It's lovely weather. Is it cold? Yes, it's cold. That's why we're shut. But you have the heating on in here and you're toasty warm like anywhere. But I was on the phone with my back to the window. You was working on the computer. Within 15 minutes, stood up, and it was that Christmas morning. Out the window. It was 100% that Christmas morning thing.
I just looked up and everything was white outside, and I was like, no way. And it was
everything
snowing.
was white, covered in snow. Beautiful. It was so pretty, beautiful.
Managed to take a couple of shots before it disappeared the following morning, which was nice. So yeah,
Yeah.
Well, you posted one on our group.
I did. Well, it's hardly a manage, was it? You had 6 hours. It's not like you squeezed it in.
Yeah, it was getting dark, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't, Si. It's 4:30.
I think it was a little later.
No, it wasn't, because I was on the phone to Meg, and she phones me at 4:30.
I know, you're on the phone half an hour.
Oh, it's one of them, is it?
I like to be exact, I'm sorry. It was around 4:30, 5.
No, you can't say, I like to be exact, I'm sorry. You can't say that.
Can I not?
You can say,
I'm
I like
sorry.
to be exact. I don't care
Stick
that
it
it
up your
winds
bum.
your ass. Yeah.
Did it wind your ass?
Winds you up. Or you can say...
Did you take the word bum out of my head then?
No, because I was going to call you an arsehole.
Oh, right.
And then I said it winds your ass.
Yeah.
So,
The last thing you want is someone winding your arm.
oh, I don't know.
That was an insight. Do you want to scrub that? It stays in. We don't edit anything.
It's not in a dirty way.
If I were you, I'd stop. You're getting
Yeah,
yourself into all sorts of trouble.
all right. I never meant it like that.
Okay.
At all. Dirty way, no. Just move on. What were we talking about
I'm
before?
not saying anything.
Made myself blush.
What were we talking about? Snow.
Wow, God, my God, how did we end up there?
Because it was cold and then it was snowing. And anyway, so the snow's gone, but it's still cold.
It was lovely, and yeah, it's very cold. We're striving this year to get, because we've got central heating here. We've got radiators, like England. Really unusual for Spain. But we need to get a tank, don't we? So we're very nearly there.
We need to
You
get
don't have to correct me, it's okay. What I said is correct.
But we only need to get a tank if we get oil. But if we get pellets, we just need sacks. And so we need the boiler, not the tank.
Oh,
Yes.
where's the boiler go then?
The boiler goes outside. All the fittings and everything is out in the shed
Do
already.
you have to go outside to put pellets in? Sod that.
Oh, no. It's got a feeder. You don't go... It's not like when you turn the boiler on, you just go out. The boiler holds a load of the fuel and draws the fuel. Yeah,
so what's better, pellets or oil?
Cheaper. Well, pellets are cheaper. Because
But I bet the
pellets are made relatively locally. They're shipped in. It's like a wood-fired boiler and stuff, I think. I don't know exactly. They're like... Have you ever seen the real solid...
No,
fuel?
never seen a pellet in my life. Also, don't care if I never see one. Just... So that's what I was saying. We're going to get the heating on. So this time next year, we'll be sat here in shorts and T-shirt.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Anyway, going back to New Life in the Sun, how are you feeling about it?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get out of that?
No, I wasn't trying to get out about that. I am fake it till you make it today is my motto.
Because you had a bit of a wobble mentally, you did earlier in the week.
Overthought it, which is unusual for me, I know. But I overthought the lot out of it.
Shock, horror.
Yeah. And it got all out of perspective, which is what happens. So I disappeared on Saturday for a day, which is lovely.
Well,
Sat
that
in
works,
a pub
doesn't
all
it?
day with my mates. Well, they are my mates.
With your daughter
Yeah, and Jay
and Jay.
and his mate and Adri. And put the worlds to rights and had a laugh and forgot about everything. And it was the tonic I needed, actually.
Yeah.
Put everything back into perspective again. So sometimes you just have to do that. And it was great. It was great. So, yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. Everyone's in place. Everyone's ready. Got a few more admin things to change. Because really, this happened 2 years ago, which, like, we look back on some notes. For any of you that know me know that I like a notepad and I like to make notes. I surprise myself with my notes sometimes.
Nice segue.
Yeah, surprise
it.
myself. A Segway.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you ride on?
The word, yes, they call it a segue, but that's S-E-G...
W-A-Y.
A Segway that I've just said is S-E-G-U-E, I believe, which means a transit...
Segue.
Yeah, but it's foreign. It's like French, I think, Segue, which is where you go from you transition from one thing to another seamlessly.
Jesus. Well, hardly seamlessly now.
Well, I just draw your attention to it. I thought it was very good anyway. So,
Nothing seamless about that. So anyway, I found a notepad, which I wrote a timeline. I can't remember even doing it. But spiritually, I absolutely found it at the right time, on the right day, which was yesterday. And I want to talk about it because it blew my mind. I forgot I wrote the notes. And with all of us, everyone was affected by the pandemic. Everyone's got their pandemic story. And then I read ours. But what I wrote down was what was happening. So it would be like curfew, shut, 9 weeks shut, curfew comes in, 12 weeks shut, Spanish beaches are closed.
You wrote down all the government restrictions that were put in place, didn't you? That's what you did. That affected us.
Yeah, what affected us.
Which was really bloody interesting.
Well, it was more than that. It was quite shocking reading. And what we'd done, and if anyone is watching on YouTube, I'm going to show you that, because I printed that out. The green, in 2 years, in 2 years, we've got a calendar here, and in 2 years, I feel like I'm back in front of my class again. Yeah. In 2 years, the green is when we were open. We was allowed to be open. We were open all the time, which the story showed the first time we was out. What it didn't show is in 35 weeks, so we worked out in 35 weeks a year, we're open. 1st of March, 1st of November. Now, the first year, we opened whenever we could. Obviously, pandemic year, open whenever we could for the 2 years of the pandemic. But 1st of March, just to give you a rough idea, 1st of March to the 1st of November, there's 35 weeks. In 2020, because of the pandemic restrictions, to take guests...
Who are you talking to, me or the camera?
To the camera. We had this discussion yesterday. Why am I talking to you?
But
I want to explain it.
But the vast majority of our people listen to this as well.
Bugger and damn you for doing that, because I was on a flow and now I'm going to forget. And I was absolutely going to not forget where I was. It's okay. Forgetting where I was.
You were talking in 2020 and 2021 with all the government restrictions.
You regret doing that now, don't you?
No, not in the slightest. It's like I don't know.
Why would I say it to you? That's stupid.
You're in front of a class. No, I don't know what you're going to say. You talk to me.
Who did you show that to then?
Only the people who were watching on the camera, because when you showed it up, you were wobbling it around everywhere.
You carry on.
I'm just saying.
You carry on.
I'm just saying. Tell me about
privileges will be stopped.
From the 1st of March.
And that's food privileges, because there's no other privileges go on in this house, because it is way too frigging cold.
Here you go, back to saucy again, aren't you?
I'm not being saucy, I'm just clarifying privileges.
Just wind your arse in.
I wasn't saying it like that. You wind your neck in, don't you?
Yes.
Where's that come from?
From the first
wind your neck in. I'm doing it deliberately. Right,
from March to the 1st of November.
1st of March to the 1st of November.
That's our season.
That's our season, okay? It wasn't our season when... It's always our plan to be our season. It wasn't our season during the pandemic years, because we were open whenever we could. However, just for a gauge, 35 weeks. 2020, we were open for 15 out of 35 weeks, that we could have guests from wherever, a normal frigging guest house. 15 weeks. 2021, we was open for 11 weeks.
And do you know what? You've said before that 2021 was actually harder than 2020.
Well, of course it was. Because, and what was harder about it is people out of Spain don't realise the municipality lockdowns. Yes. And when I read back on the timeline, it was like, Pizarro shut, Malaga open, Malaga shut, Alarin open, Pizarro and Alarin shut, and it was every 2 weeks it changed. So after the 2 weeks, no one would book or do anything because they didn't know if they could come or not.
Yeah.
Not even locals. It scuppered the locals.
Well, let's face it.
Not just us, how anyone survived is shocking.
Yeah, it's true.
It's shocking.
But even when you go back to those 15 weeks, of course, once we were allowed to open, we didn't have bookings to start with because no one had booked.
No, but I had people there ready to come and that.
Yeah, but it took 2 or 3 weeks for people to start moving, didn't it? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was shit.
It was. Anyway.
So, what was good about yesterday and where I was going to with this is sometimes I don't like looking back because the past is in the past. But sometimes you just need that perspective from Saturday, the perspective and what's important on Saturday, what's important about what happens over this next week particularly. I'm still answering your question.
Yes.
And then
I see that.
You get a visual sign that just goes, stop moaning, because that was tough.
Yeah.
And we knew it was tough at the time.
Yeah.
What we didn't realise was how ridiculous it was to then get stabbed in the back.
Yes.
Was shockingly... I'm going to write a book about it one day, I think.
Good. I've been trying to get you to write a book.
I was shocked with that timeline. That's why I write notes.
It was incredible. So what you're saying, that was 15 and 11, so that was 26 weeks.
26 weeks.
So out of our normal
out of
70 weeks, we were open...
For 26 weeks.
We could have guests for 26 without any form of restriction. Actually, that don't count on the 11th because there was vaccine passports. So
you still had vaccine passports and stuff
restrictions.
and crap coming in. Mad.
So what we're saying, in 2021, there was no period of that year when there wasn't a restriction in place, if you count vaccine mandates and passports.
From vaccine mandates, passports, different countries, different
quarantines.
Curfew. There was a point in Spain when we had to be in at 8 o'clock every night and then 6 o'clock every night.
Yes.
Then they closed the beaches and no public events. I mean, forget the ferries and fiestas and anything to go to. There was nothing to go to.
So in reality, in 2021, there was actually no week where there wasn't some form of restriction for people travelling, was it? Mental.
No.
Hear that, Derek?
Poor us. Not. Well, don't break you, makes you stronger, bestie. So, on that note...
Though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was really interesting, and I wanted to share that because it was... and then, right, I found this. I'm going to quote this somewhere. I love me quotes. 2020 changed me. 2021 broke me. 2022 opened my eyes. 2023, I'm coming back.
Happy days. It's good to hear you talking like that, to be honest.
That's good. I know you got worried a bit, don't you?
Yeah, it's good to hear you talking like that.
Yeah, so there we go. That's where I'm at in answer to your question. Got me fighting knickers on again. I don't know what they are. But you have to pull your big girl pants up, don't you? I don't have to pull my big girl pants up. I've got me fighting knickers on.
I've kind of got this image of a boxing ring and two pairs of knickers like hitting each other, fighting knickers.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Can you write that
big
down?
Big girl panties.
Because that's
fighting
a
knickers.
Title.
Is that the title? Fighting knickers.
It was going to be Segway or Segway, and now it's fighting knickers, definitely. Unless something better comes along.
Someone sells them, I'll buy a pair. You need them sometimes. Not to physically fight. That was another thing I thought about as well. You know that? Just this is our little sage bashing bit, and then we're going to move on. Another little sage bashing bit. When a really inspiring, is actually a monk that I know that speak to, Harry. He went, forgive mentally, but not physically. I'm going to go into this very, very briefly, but all about forgiveness. And I always used to think, years ago, like going, well, if someone like murdered my son, you'd never forgive them or anything like that. How could you? Well, I could forgive them once I'd inflicted a lot of pain to that person, then I could forgive them. But you're the only person that's unhappy, and you go right into it that you're the only person that is unhappy. So without forgiveness, you carry around the anger and the hate and all them feelings, which you need to get rid of. So by forgiving mentally, it made sense to me, and I was like, I get it, I could do that. Yeah. I can do that. Forgive mentally, even if through forgiveness you have to pity that person, which normally comes hand in hand. If you pity them, it's quite easy because they're normally pitiful for what they've done.
So am I right in thinking that what you're saying is that you forgive them, obviously, mentally in your head and that?
Yeah.
And when you say physically you forgive them, in other words, you don't have to speak to them, you don't have to invite them round, you don't have to have contact with them.
If they was within 2 foot from me, I'd have me fighting knickers on and gloves.
Yes, but what I'm saying is you don't have to be physical, do you? But what you're saying is that, because I've thought about this, because you've obviously spoken to me about this before, and I'm like, well, what do you mean by physically? But in effect, you mean you don't have to have anything to do with them.
No.
But in your head, you can go, I'm not going to carry this hate and this pain and this hurt around with me. I shall forgive them mentally, and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And yes, I understand.
And they really are gone. And the last bit on this is yesterday we was talking about particular things, couldn't remember the names of a couple of people, and it made me so happy.
Yeah, because
I genuinely couldn't remember the names of these people. I know I forget a lot of shit. You know, I do. But these were very important people in our lives, and I couldn't remember the names of them.
Yes.
And it was fabulous.
Yeah,
it means I've forgiven them mentally.
Yeah, for sure.
So try it. If you've got someone, you know, someone in your life, someone who's done you an unjust or whatever, try it. I recommend it. Don't carry around the hate. Get on with your life. And them sayings, there's... Yeah, anyway, Sage has gone out now. Let's get back to the important stuff.
The last thing I'd say, but if you're angry, and you touched on this earlier, if you're angry with someone, the only person feeling that anger is you.
It's you.
So you're the one. You're impacting on your own life, carrying around the anger and the hate and the hurt.
Yeah. It was a bit of an epiphany moment. Oh, man.
Beautifully said.
Beautifully said, you know what I mean. Epiphany for me yesterday. It was a light bulb moment. And it just sealed it for me this week. Thank you, universe, sorted me right out on track this week now.
Brilliant.
Am I happy? Am I content? Am I nervous? Am I shit myself a little bit? Yeah. But bring it on.
Cool. So, just want to bring it back to the fact that as I was putting episode 3 out in the big wide world today, it was talking about us doing meditation in the next episode. And we're now on episode 7. Have you got plans to do the meditation still at some point in the near future?
I have. However, there's more important things to talk about. We will get to the meditation. I can't actually believe we're on episode 8.
We're not. We're on episode 7.
Oh, episode 7.
Isn't it funny, though, how...
I've got it here, look.
Yes, but when we were sat here over Christmas, when we had some time off...
That we've still got time off from.
Wasn't it... We were thinking about the podcast and where we were going to go with season 4, and we were talking about, I don't know, and I said, you need to plan it, and we were like, okay. And isn't it funny how things come along that we just talk about, and really, in truth...
Isn't it funny? Are you kidding me? We sit and talk about anything and nothing forever and ever, always.
But they just seem to come out, don't they? It's like... We only really planned 1 and 2 and followed it. From 1 and 2 onwards, it was just...
Talk for yourself. I'm planning every one.
Yeah, no, I know, but only a week in advance. We were saying about planning the whole series, season. It's just, it don't work. We're better off the cuff.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Look at that, see? All done.
God, you're so quick to judge.
Pod steps.
Pod steps?
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
Pod steps. Pod steps. Yes, the pod. The steps we're going towards the pod. Phase 3 of our 4.
Are there going to be some steps into the pod? I don't know.
No, the steps. The steps we're taking towards the pod. So, which is,
Let's remind everyone who's listening what the pod is.
The pod is our valley accommodation that is being built for part 3. 3 different ways you can stay with us. So we've got our Bennel erected. It's been erected, but we've. It's going to be. I can't say I'm excited about it, but now I've seen the plot of land where it's going to be and the view, and where it is in relation to the Cortigo and the road and the infinity pool and all. Where the jacuzzi's going to be,
it is a stunning
and it's
spot.
like actually.
This is going to be something special.
It's going to be something special. And this was only yesterday. So we're going to go, and there's 2 different types, and it's not down to us. It's down to our business partners because they're paying for it. But it's their idea. It's their place. We're running it for them. And, really excited about that. So hopefully, it's our goal without rushing it is the summer, isn't it?
I think... Ideally, June onwards, I think, would be our target.
But you'll definitely hear about it here first, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yes.
And keep an eye on La Serena website. Oh, we've got the toiletries for that, updated about Bennel. We mainly talk about our place here, our little guest house in the mountains, but we have got the apartment in Bennel Madna.
We also manage the apartment, luxury apartment, Bennel Madna.
Yeah, and it comes under the umbrella of La Serena Spanish Holidays, which is our business partners that we're involved with. So... But what we have got is toiletries there. So if all else fails, little cloud, little silver lining on the cloud, we're going to smell beautiful forever because we've got Rituals. Rituals toiletries in there.
Nice.
And anyone that knows Rituals, I think it's lovely stuff. It's nice. It's very nice.
It is nice.
It's very, 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 very nice. So we've got Rituals toiletries going in there, which is pretty cool.
We need to test it. We always test the foam.
Test the foamage.
Yeah, I'm testing it at the moment. It's too bloody cold.
Oh, it's hard work to get a shower here. It's hard work mentally. Got to psych yourself up. It took me 2 days to have that shower this morning.
Yeah, you weren't in it for 2 days. It just took you 2 days. I don't know
2 days to psych myself up.
Hey,
probably too much information.
But there you go.
My God.
We're nothing if not real.
That's why there's no privileges. It's just like, Christ, I can't do it. It hurts. I don't like being cold. It takes me back to my council estate days, growing up, ice on the getting dressed for school underneath the quilt.
Ice on the
Or not the quilt, never had a quilt. We had blankets. Christ, we wouldn't have had a quilt. Did you used to have an electric blanket, though?
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's why you love them so much.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That takes you back. Yeah. Fair play.
Mind you, you're sleeping without your electric blanket on, aren't you? Oh, you made me laugh last night. You just said I was red hot.
Oh, God, you're like the surface of the sun. You really are.
But I've got to have that one leg up. We spoke about this before. I'm not doing that. But no. Back to the pod. So we've taken the first steps. Or we have. They've been doing work behind the scenes. So we'll keep you updated on that. It's another little thing.
We're really excited about it, though. Yeah, it's great. I'm really looking forward to that.
That's because it's camping. Is it a Boy Scout thing? Was you in the Scouts?
No. I tell you the other thing as well about that. No, I bloody hate camping.
You hate camping?
I've done it a couple of times. I like the idea of it, but this appeals to me. I think this is great because this
is posh camping.
The thing is
not glamping. It's camping.
We know our partners' quality and their
it's a bit nice.
Their standard of furnishing and how good they are really. At the interior design and stuff, I think it's going to be really excellent.
It's going to be something very, very special and unique.
Unique.
Not one even comes close to how this is going to be here.
I've never seen anything like this over in part of the world.
Forget glamping. It's not that because that's the only thing close to it. It's not.
It's not.
It's completely different.
Another set above that.
Yeah, it's it's going to be good. Do you know what dawned on me yesterday? Same subject, as in no.
What?
Like there's our business partners, they're just so lovely and they're great friends and they're becoming great friends, and it's only because we're just such bastards about friends and stuff, aren't we? I realised yesterday, I thought, got nothing in common. You know, you just see, you like people, there's nothing not to like. We have absolutely nothing in common. 2 things me and Trace have got in common. 2 things. But other than that, sometimes she looks at me like I've got nutters. 3 heads. Like I've got 3 heads. I was talking to her yesterday about book folding.
Oh, God, yeah.
As my new craft that I'm learning, how to book fold. It's just a craft for no reason in the world. I don't know what you do with it, but I wanted to get the idea of how to do it.
Are you talking to the camera again?
I talk to whatever I want.
You fold the pages of the book to make a pattern. You don't fold a book.
But it's fascinating.
That's like trying to tear the yellow pages.
But it's fascinating. Then the book stands up and you have a picture. Tearing the yellow pages. Yeah, that was one of the world's strongest men, wasn't it? Yeah, they did. That was part of the world's strongest man. What was his name? Big Daddy. No, he was a wrestler. Something Jake.
Shirley Crabtree, his name, wasn't it?
Something Jake.
Jake the Peg?
No, world's strongest man.
Oh, I don't know.
Grizzly.
How boring.
Hairy.
Sorry?
Got to Google it.
Grizzly Hairy Jake. See, now we've got another title for the podcast.
He was around when Big Daddy was around, the wrestler.
That was Giant Haystacks.
Giant Haystacks.
He was a wrestler as well.
Oh, okay. I think he was the world's strongest man as well.
Hang on.
And tore yellow pages up.
What did you say? Hairy Grizzly Jake, and it was actually Giant Haystacks.
Yeah, but what's funny about that is you guessed Giant Haystacks from the clues I gave you.
No, I just know you and I knew where you were going. You...
Thank you. He used to tear yellow pages up. Like against the clock. Guinness Book of... don't look at me like that, because now you're looking at me like she does, like I've got 3 heads. I know what I'm saying. Right. But do you know what we've got in common?
What?
Tattoos and Southern comfort. And I think that's ace. And if that's the grounding of our friendship, then I'm taking it.
I think it's a bit of a weak thing in common, the fact that you both have tattoos.
No, we both love tattoos.
Lots of people.
And would have lots more if we could be bothered.
Would you?
Yeah, if I could be bothered.
What, you wouldn't cover your body in it?
No.
You just have little ones everywhere?
I don't know. I do what I want.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but I definitely would have more.
My point is that I think a lot of people in this day and age really like tattoos, so it's kind of, you know... I'm not
a follower.
The fact that you have that in common is...
Why would you diminish something nice that I said? Why would you do that?
I'm not diminishing
it. You
are. I'm saying that it's more common than you think. So to have that
maybe
in common...
I don't care if it's common or not.
It's like, for me, it's like turning around and going, do you know what Tracy and I have got in common? What? We've both got heads.
Look, I was trying to find common ground, you arsehole. She doesn't like book folding.
You can't knock the Southern Comfort.
No. Shall we buy a bottle of Southern Comfort today?
No, because we can't afford a bottle of Southern Comfort at the moment. That's just ridiculous. Because all you'll do is sit there, and I'll be driving, and you and her will muller a bottle of Southern Comfort, and I'll go, oh, that was nice, huh?
Well, then we'll get another one tomorrow.
If you want.
You can't get half bottles here. Do you remember that in the
Have a
office?
look in Alsara and see.
You used to get little half bottles.
Yes.
You don't get half bottles here, I'm pretty sure, because it's so cheap anyway. What's a bottle of Southern Comfort? €14? Litre bottle, €16 litre bottle.
Yeah.
Don't know how much that'd be in the UK.
No, I don't.
But you can't get half bottles here. Shame. I might have a look in a minute.
Because if they're going to drink...
Going to get a chicken,
properly.
which I'm not going to talk about because I have realised we speak about chicken too much.
Then why did you even bring it up?
Because I couldn't find another way to... I felt I had to share that I'm going to get a chicken. Because I'm excited that I'm going to see the miserable butcher and buy a chicken. We still haven't got an oven. We haven't had an oven for 2 weeks. But, yeah, we're going around someone else cooking it, aren't we?
Yeah. Right, what else we got?
Snow. Oh, I need to give you an update on the slippers.
We've washed them.
We've washed them and they've dried and they've survived.
I think that's probably 2 or 3 times.
And that was a hot wash as well. That was a 90-degree wash. Why'd you do that?
It's not right.
It doesn't matter though,
Yes,
does it?
It does. You're giving false information.
Oh, God. I really want to grow old with you, and unless you stop this, you're not going to grow old.
But you're wrong.
I don't know what to do about it. I really don't.
You said it was a 90-degree wash, but that's incorrect.
Are you still talking about it?
You can't go and do a scientific experiment such as washing a pair of slippers and not write down the parameters that you wash the slippers in.
Well, that is your fault because I said to you to put them on a hot wash.
Yeah, but there was other stuff in it, and I'm glad I didn't because it come out with a black thing in. There was a black sock in there, and everything.
Black socks don't run.
They do if they're on the right thing. You knew what I was going to say before I said it.
I saw your face then. Is that where all the odd socks go?
Oh dear. Oh, it's good to laugh.
Oh God, I made myself feel a bit sick. Oh. I just picture a couple of little pairs of socks.
Oh, get it together, Kirsty. Come on, get it together. What else we got to talk about?
Nothing. I've got nothing left.
No.
Anyway, so if you come here, you're gonna get slippers. You're gonna get slippers in the bedroom. They're nice slippers as well that match your dressing gowns. If you see a pair of black socks on your way in, bring them back.
I think on that note, we're going to have to say cheerio.
Oh, I can't speak anymore. It's too much.
Thanks very much for listening, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Christ,
Have a
on a
good week.
bye. Adios.
You were listening to The Journey with Kirsty and Simon. Please rate, review and subscribe if you like what we do. And don't forget to check out our website, casakisi.com, for all our accommodation offers. We'll see you next time.